Welcome to a unique experiment at the University of Maryland. Since 1993, Professor Manuel Hassassian, a Palestinian, and Professor Eddie Kaufman, an Israeli, have been team teaching a pioneering course. They are firmly rooted in their own societies, but spend part of each summer together to continue to work for a just peace. This series of videos was made to stimulate similar conflict resolution experiences elsewhere. The students enjoy the active participation as they simulate the two parties moving from adversarial attitudes into the search for common ground on the most sensitive issues. Professors are looking for feedback and encourage you to come and participate.
Well, Manuel, I'm not sure who is to go first. Perhaps you should go first because you are an ambassador and I'm only at this time a professor.
Well, in my case, I think, being a humble professor and not an ambassador, we have a saying in Arabic that somebody who is older than you one day, he is wiser 1 year. So since you are older with a white hair and with all the wisdom, I will pave the way for you to start.
Okay, so let me welcome anybody watching us. This is a course that we are team teaching for so many years, perhaps 16 years, at the University of Maryland in College Park. We wanted to share with anybody who is interested in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict to see what two professors, an Israeli and Palestinian, can do together. And what we thought would be first is to explain a little bit about the nature of the course. Then there will be 3 consecutive sets that will be talking about the way we reflect about the past of our histories, the different narratives. Then another one that will be talking more about how do we see the present situation from the Oslo days till now. And the last bit will be what we call negotiating about the future of Jerusalem. So maybe I should say a few words about the nature of the course. We thought over the years that team teaching has a special quality on the sense that we can bring the students to understand the positions of the two sides and the effort to search for common ground. Perhaps, Manuel, you can explain more in detail how we do it in practice.
Well, actually, this has been a unique course because we haven't seen, partners to conflict teaching or co-teaching a course in the classroom. I think, it has been a success story for us for the fact that 16 years we have been teaching this course, and every year we have been improving, in terms of the text, improving in terms of using methods of conflict management. And the way this course has been going on is the fact that besides that we give them the historic narratives, which is basically the adversarial position and the current official position on both sides, we also prepare the students, to role play, meaning that they will put themselves in the shoes of the others, one time taking the role of the Palestinians and then reverse role playing, playing the Israeli side. What we actually teach them is the fact that they have to open their minds to all kinds of narratives and not be close to stereotypical images in which other conflicts are being taught. The idea behind this course is to get them through a process where they will start understanding the root causes of the problem, they move from the argumentative type of discussion to searching for common ground. So part of the course will emphasize on the adversarial, another part of the course will advertise will push for search for common grounds, in which the same students will experience at least the both sides of conflict management.
Yeah, for instance, when we do the adversarial role playing, we take an example of the different positions about the question of the so-called security barrier or security fence, or what the Palestinians call the apartheid wall. And then, of course, there are two very contending ways of dealing with it. But eventually, at the last day of class, we bring them to brainstorm together. We train them a little bit how to do brainstorming, And we look into the old city of Jerusalem, the real bone of contention, and we try to get them in joint teams, Israeli and Palestinians, as it did happen in reality in what we call Track Touche, where academics like us have been very involved in thinking out of the box about the future of the old city of Jerusalem. We really think that this is a unique feature, and I think that many of our students, including our own teaching assistants who have been over the years a Muslim and a Jew or a Palestinian or an Israeli studying with us here at the University of Maryland, I mean, they have said, and our students have said, that those who are coming with a predisposition to support the traditional position of one side, they understand that in both camps there are moderate people, there are pragmatic people that can look more for common ground, more focusing towards the future than going back to the argumentation of the past.
The nature of this course basically is not a history course. This is a course that has different other dimensions that incorporates the sociology of the conflict, the economics of the conflict, the psychological, repercussions of this conflict, let alone it exposes the students to theories of conflict management. It's not only discussing the conflict, but how to manage that conflict and how to come up with plausible solutions. So in other words, all I'm trying to say here, and both of us, we've been working on this course, developing it to the point where it is not only a course on the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, which is a case in point, but we are giving them the techniques of how to think, how to brainstorm, how to think together, how to search for common grounds, how to look for future possible scenarios of solutions and what have you.
Hi, I'm Kira. I am a rising senior at the University of Maryland, and I am a government politics and Arabic double major. I'm a TA for this class in the summer. I originally took the class 2 summers ago with Dr. Kaufman and Dr. Hassassian, and that was really when my interest in the conflict really peaked, and after that I just researched more and kind of geared my studies towards the Middle East. I'm interested in the course, and I think it's a really great course for people to get really involved with the conflict and get to know people who are really involved with the peace process, and to interact with classmates, mock debates and simulations.
Hi, I'm Carrie Glassner. I am a recent graduate of the University of Maryland with a degree in Culture and Understanding in the Modern Middle East. This course with Professors Kaufman and Hassassian really gave me a great opportunity to round out my educational experience. I mean, clearly based on the title of my major, I've had a lot of experience studying the languages and histories and cultures and governments of the Middle East, but this course gave me an opportunity to delve into the conflict that spurred my interest in the region in the first place, to return to my roots, to get to know people who are very influential within the Israeli and Palestinian governments and communities, and to really give myself an opportunity to express myself and to challenge the views that I already had, and to force me to grow as an individual and as a member of the Jewish community and someone who's committed to peace.